Okay, so let's continue with our next video in our coding exercise series. So in this video, we will solve the question number 1209. Remove all adjacent duplicate in string 2. So this is a medium category. So let's read the question. You are given a string s. So if you see a function, we have some string as string is given and an integer k. Also, the k integer is given. A k duplicate removal consists of choosing k adjacent and equal letter from S and removing them, causing the left and the right side of the deleted substring to concatenate together. We repeatedly make k duplicate removals on S until we no longer can. Return the final string. So we need to return a string. So you can see we need to return a string. After all such duplicate removal have been made, it is granted that the answer is unique. So what they have mentioned is some string is given, you need to remove the duplicate in a string, and duplicate on which basis? On this k integer basis, basically the k adjacent letter. So if k is 2, if two adjacent letter, like here k is 2, and do we have any two letters adjacent to each other which are same character? So the answer is no. ABCD. So ABCD. So here like D, E, E, A, this is a string k is equal to 3. If we try scanning this string uh, D, right, and we need to find the three adjacent letters. 3k adjacent letter means three adjacent letter and equal. So this E, E, E are 3 and these are adjacent, we will delete it. Similarly, this 333, these are equal, we will delete it. Right, so we are going to repeatedly delete it until we no longer can. So as an example, in this question, in this example, when we scan, we found D. Okay, this is single. There are three E, so we will delete it. Then D single, then 2B. Okay, then 3C, we will delete it. Then BDAA. So eventually we will left with DD, BB, BDAA. But in this string itself, we have 3B. we have we have 3b, so you will delete 3b. So once you delete 3b, the string will be triple d double a, but still we have 3d. So again we will delete 3d. So as soon as we found the k adjacent letters, so we will delete it. So the answer will be aa. Similarly in this p b b b something like that, k is equal to 2, so 2 adjacent, so we will delete bb, right? Then we will delete gg, we will delete tt, we will delete II, right? We will delete PP, OO, AA, and after that some string will be given, and from that string itself we will again delete it, right? So how you are going to solve this problem? So one thing is clear, you need to scan the string, right? And because when you scan here A, right, and along with that, so basically you need to run a for loop kind of thing on a string. Okay, you found A, you found B, you found C, you found D, right? Along with that, you need to like find a way to track the count. How many A come, how many B come, how many C come, how many D come. Along with that, you need to remove the like element from a string. But string is immutable, right? String is immutable. So if you remove it, so basically this is a string. Uh, when you first scan it, when you created it, you have to create a new string, and then again scan this new string, then again create a new string, then again scan this new string, then again create a new string, right? So basically you need some kind of storage, either a string or either list, either dictionary, something like that, because this is a string. You can't delete the elements from this because this is a immutable. String is immutable method, right? So once you start deleting it, because this is not a list, right? Once you start deleting it, you need to store it somewhere, right? Okay, so what are like till this point what we know, we need to run a loop to scan all the elements, definitely yes. we need to find a way, we need a way to track count, because as soon as we found three elements, we will delete it. Okay. And this string is immutable, so you can't delete it from here. So you need like a external storage which is mutable, right? Which is mutable so that you can delete it. Okay. Now how you can uh, proceed it? So what we will do is we will scan this element A. As soon as you scan this element, you know A is 1, right? So you will store something like that in a tuple or in a pair or something like that, A1. Then you scan B. Then maybe you store, okay, B1. Then you scan C. Okay, C also 1. Then you scan D. D also 1. So you scan everything, but this counter did not reach equal to 2, so nothing will be deleted. In this case, in this case, you will try scanning. So you scan, you will found, okay, D is equal to 1. Okay, then E is equal to 1. Okay, and then you found again E. So as you found again E, what we will do, we will update this E to 2 because we found 2E. Then again you found E, we will update this last element because we are storing in some kind of a list. So we are updating it, the last element, right? But now we found 3 because k is equal to 3. As soon as we found 3, we will delete it. Then D. So we need to store here D, but D is already here, so we will increase the counter too. So something like that we will do. All right. So let me go to the whiteboard. How to do that? So you have this string. As I told you, we need to run a for loop. So we will run a for loop, right? And we need to find a way to count the occurrence, how many occurrence, because as soon as we figure it out, the count reaches 3, we will immediately delete it. And you know we can't delete it from this string, so we will store it somewhere, some mutable data structure, so that you can delete it. So like as an example, I took stack or list, simple, because list is a mutable data structure, so that I can delete it. So I start scanning D. So I know I just start scanning D. So I just put D1, right? Because I need a counter how many times it comes. Then E come. Then I append in a list E1. Then again E come. As soon as E come, I will basically increment the counter like from E1 to E2 rather than appending one more element, so E2. So which means before adding the element into the list, we will check the last element from the list. If it is matches, we will not appending it, but we will increment the count of the existing element because D. So currently the list is empty. One second. Uh, So currently the list is empty, right? So we check, okay, do we have D in the list? No. So that's why we simply insert it. Then E. Do we have E in the list? Basically the last element. In the list? No. So we will insert it. E. Do we have E in the list? Last element? Yes. So we will rather than inserting one more element, all right, we will increment the counter to 2. Then E. Do we have E in the list as the last element? The answer is yes. So we will increment the counter E3. So as soon as we increment, we found 3. So which means and we know K is equal to 3, right? So K in our case is 3. So as soon as we found K is equal to 3, we will remove the last element from the list. So only uh, till now only this will present because we deleted the element. Right? Okay. So which means as soon as you insert any element, you also need to check whether the counter reach is equal to k or not. Right? uh, you inserted this element, you will check, okay, is 1 is equal to k? No. You inserted 2 is equal to k? No. 3 is equal to k? Yes, because as soon as it equal to k, you will delete it. Okay, d1. Then d will come, right? Then this d come. You will check the last element. Do we have the last element d? Yes. So rather than inserting one more d, we will like increment the d to 2. Then b. So d2, do we have b the last element? No. So we will insert b1. Then b. Do we have the last element b? Yes. So we will increment the counter b2. Then c. Uh, do we have the last element c? No. Then we will increment c1. Then c. Last element is c. We will just increment the counter to 2. Last element is c. We will just increment the counter to 3. As soon as we found 3, we will delete it. So we will delete only these two left. Right? Okay. Now the b come. As soon as b come, we will increment to 3 because the last element is 2. So we will, rather than appending one more b, we will just increment the counter to b3. So this counter reaches 2k, we will delete it. So now only this left. Now again d come. So the last element is d, yes. So we will increment to d3. So as soon as it will come, we will delete it. So the list is empty at this stage. Then a. So nothing in the list, a1. Then a. Do we have the last element a? Yes. So we will add it. So eventually in the list we have a2. So but we need to return a string. So what we will do, we will just iterate over the list. The first element is a, right? A. And how many times it come? 2 times. So we will just do a, and the answer will be a. Right? So the output will be a. So basically, we are using a kind of a stack operation, which is eventually a list only. We are popping from the last, right? So we need to implement just whatever we have like walk through this one. We have to just implement in the code. So what we need a data structure, a list or stack, whatever it is, because we need to store. We need to run a loop over the string. So for character in S, okay. As soon as we found first element, before inserting into the list, we will check if the last element uh, in the list, right? If the last element in the list is equal to that element, right? Then we will increment the counter, right? So we will check if stack, basically the list is not empty, and how to grab the last element. Stack -1, because how to get the last element into the list using -1. Okay, so when you grab the -1, but it is a pair, it is a pair, and you need to find the first element. So you need to find the first element, 0. If this is equal to character, if this is equal to this character, because we are running a loop d, if this is equal to character, what we will do? We just need to, rather than inserting it, we will increment. So as an example, e1, right? When we reach this e, second e, we are checking, do we have any element into the list? Yes. What is the last element? Okay, e. And is it matches with my current element? Yes. If it is matching my current element, I will not go to insert the next element. I will just uh, increment the counter. So how to increment the counter? Just grab the last element. So how to grab the last element? Stack of -1. So the last element and the first index, just increment it by 1 because that another element will be inserted. Okay. Once you done that, so hit key E2, E3. Along with that, you need to check whether this 3 equal to k or not. So how to check? If stack of last element minus 1 and the second index 1 equal to k. If it is equal to k, if it is equal to k, you need to remove the last element from the list. So how to remove the last element? Stack dot pop, right? Stack. This is when we found the character which already in the list, like e. But when we don't have anything into the list, all right? When we don't, so d, or like here d is there, but when we're setting a b, the last element did not match. So if the last element did not match, we will simply append that. We will simply append. We are going to append. Well, also why we are inserting as a list rather than a tuple, because we need to increment that counter, and tuple is also immutable. So we need to further need immutable data structure, right? So here mm, we need to append it. So append in a pair and in a pair string. What we need to append? Character, and by default one. Okay. So once we've done that, like all the loop will be completed. Some element will be left within the string, within the list. What we need to do? We will simply run a loop over character comma count in stack, because there are two pair for character comma count in stack, right? We will run a loop. We will run a loop. We, because output will be a into a. So basically, what we will do? Character star count, right? Character star, and we need to join it. We need to join it. So return dot join. We need to just join all the elements. So let's try to run the sample test cases first. Okay, sample test cases run fine. Let's try to submit it. So you could see all our 21 test cases has been passed. All right. So it's a great question, in the medium level question. So I would suggest, before jumping directly into the code, try to figure it out what all things you need, so that at least 30%, 40%, 50% of the solution come into your mind. So here we know we need to scan a list. Okay, so basically we need a for loop. We need some way to get the counter. Okay, we need to count that. Okay, but you need to as soon as we found three, you need to remove it. But string is immutable, so you can't remove it within the string. So which means you need to store it somewhere, and wherever you store, that should be the mutable data structure. All right. So I took a like a list as immutable data structure, or you can say stack. Okay. So I we go with a, insert a, we b insert b, like similarly we figure it out. Okay, and eventually we just need to run a for loop. Whatever the elements left, we will just, because we need to return a string rather than a list. All right, so we just loop over this list and join all the elements. So that's it. That's the end of the video. You can also give a try, and thank you.